UFO spotters and conspiracy theorists may feel they live on the periphery of the mainstream, whatever that is, but there is one place they are welcomed with open arms. It's called Coast to Coast, and it's perhaps the most popular radio show you've never heard of. It's on when most of us are sleeping, when others' minds are racing, and all along, George Noory is there to listen without judgment to the voices coming out of the dark. Here's ABC's Brian Rooney.
From the City of Angels off the Pacific Ocean, good morning, good evening, wherever you may be across the nation, around the world.
It's the middle of the night, and a listener has called in to say that an infestation of deadly Brazilian wandering spiders is taking over the city of Seattle.
I've actually witnessed 5 people that have been bitten and died, and the bad thing is within 3 minutes you die.
3 minutes?
And people are now to the point where they're not playing basketball in outside. They're going inside to do it.
You're kidding me. You mean in Seattle they're like slowly getting out of all outside activities because of this Brazilian deadly spider? Yes,
and that's why I'm called.
That is the essence of Coast to Coast, hosted 5 nights a week by George Noory.
When I feel blue in the night.
It's radio for the night people, shift workers and truck drivers, people who are awake, thinking, in need of conversation.
2 months after he died, I saw him, and I go, Dad, is that you? Barack Obama. I've never trusted the man.
We are heading for civil war or revolution.
On the out-of-body experiences, how does a person get into that? I'm actually going to start a movement up here of trying to do away with property taxes.
We'll get a Barack Obama call. We'll get a truck driver who's ticked off about something. It runs the gamut.
Noory is the sympathetic ear for guests and callers who talk about everything from the political to the paranormal. It is, he says, a show about mystery.
The search for Bigfoot, the question about UFOs, crop formations, are they real? I mean, we look at all of them.
We go next to Joan in Anchorage, Alaska, west of the Rockies. Hey, Joan, welcome to the show.
I was just wanting to say about the economy. If we would pull the gold and silver out of the ground, we could back up our money with that.
Where are we going to find all that?
It's all over the place. It's under the ground.
Show me. Let's go one weekend and you point out all the gold and we'll start digging.
He says it's like sitting around a campfire roasting marshmallows. You got Bigfoot, you have paranormal activity, you have UFOs, maybe government conspiracies or world government. Is there a thread that runs through that?
I think the thread is the big picture. Are we being manipulated by a shadow government? Are we being the puppets to the puppet masters?
We'll have open lines for you. Here are the numbers.
Noory has been the host for 7 years now. He took over after the departure of the popular Art Bell, who made it primarily a show about UFOs and extraterrestrial life.
I deal with the strange, the unusual, the paranormal. Some time ago I started listening. I'm a talk radio listener. I don't just do it, I listen.
Now, with Noory as host, the show goes out to 525 radio stations. Here's a caller who thinks he captured his dead mother on video.
And just a little bit over 2 seconds into the film, you go frame by frame as her face, just as plain as can be.
A little message from Mom, perhaps?
Yeah, and I'm telling you, it's just the most amazing thing.
His producer, Tom Danheiser, sits in the other room, screening calls.
Okay, do me a favor, because I have a few minutes here. Get to the point. Okay, when's the last time you're on the show, Ziggy?
Noory sometimes agrees with people, but you don't know if he's just making conversation. It's hard to pin down what he thinks. For instance, you believe that there are forces that are larger than our government. What is that?
I don't name names, but there are people out there that you can imagine.
Do you have names?
Yeah, I have a few. But I don't reveal them on the air.
Bigfoot, real or imagined?
I would guess there's something that they're saying.
Alien abduction, does it really happen?
Millions of people across this planet are testifying that strange things are happening to them.
The global financial meltdown.
Awful. Done on purpose.
By whom?
Again, these higher-ups. There is a push, it's my belief, that we are being pushed into a one-world government.
He rarely challenges a guest. They can say anything outrageous, improbable, or impossible, and he listens.
This is a small man. He is supposed to be of the leprechaun persuasion.
Are they mystical? Are they magical?
Yes. They were supposed to have knowledge.
A man was describing that he was an expert on gnomes and leprechauns. And pretty much your basic question was, oh, really, what do they look like?
You're not going to have me as the host put him down or go after him and crush him as I could do if I was doing a daytime talk show, for example.
But for instance, on the leprechaun man, why not ask, well, really, what proof do you have?
Well, the proof was what he said. He saw them himself.
If I were to describe the thread that runs through almost all your topics, it is forces beyond our control.
And also forces that we just don't understand yet at this time.
So does that make those things real or part of our imagination?
Or maybe both.
Noory says he's seen 2 UFOs himself. Not definitely from outer space, but... So you would say, at the least most likely, it was not of Earth.
I would say what I saw had the potential of being not from Earth. Very possible.
It's all up for discussion. Swine flu, made up by the drug companies? The federal bailout? Maybe a conspiracy? Out-of-body experience? People say it happens.
But I think we owe it to ourselves as people to question the bigger picture. Because if we don't, if we take everything at face value, I think we're all in a lot of trouble.
But until then, the unknown, the inexplicable, and the unlikely fill the airwaves of the night.
You're a wealth of information. Okay, we'll push it even harder. Rockets being designed to take them there. That is, if President Barack Obama gets his way. That's got to be one of the creepy ones.
This is Brian Rooney for Nightline in Los Angeles.